How to change a flat tire. The unfortunate reality in life is we often get flat tires. And here we have a flat tire. Some of the things you need to know in changing a flat tire are: you want to make sure that you're parked in a nice level place, a well-lit place if possible, that your handbrake is on and you're in the park position. Turn your hazards on so that you can let the traffic know behind you that you are stopped. Pop your trunk. Open your trunk. Lifts the secure access to find your tire and your tools. Here we have your tools. You can remove this. Finding your tire, your Space Saver tire, your wonderful donut tire. Here you remove the security cap that keeps it in place. Set that aside. And you can now remove your tire. I like to keep all my tools together. I take my tire to the front of the car so I can have it ready to go. Always being safety first. Make sure that you're in a secure place and have plenty of room to work. Here you have your jack. You can remove your jack. One of the first things you need to do is remove that. Set that aside. Here underneath the car, you might want to look at your owner's manual to find the best secure place to place your jack to the frame of the car. The first thing I like to do is just put that in place and have it nice and snug. Do not jack your car up at this time. Just securely and snugly place that in place there. Remove your tools. This is your hook and your iron tool, or your lug wrench. There is your hook. You want to slot that through the hole, just like this right here. There you go. You'll notice there is a square end to go in the square hole in your lug wrench. Snug that into place. And to jack your car up, this is demonstrations only. Do not jack your car up yet, but you will turn clockwise to raise your car. Once that's just nice and snug, you want to take your lug wrench, and this method here is called breaking them loose. They are on there a little tight, so you want to use both hands if possible to break the lug nuts loose. Make sure that your lug wrench is level and not crooked. And all you want to do at this point is get them nice and loose. You want to go back to your jack, place your tool in place, and raise your car up to a nice proper height. And then you can begin unscrewing your lug nuts. You can do this one at a time. Make sure that they're nice and loose. You can use your lug wrench to do that, because eventually you'll be able to loosen them with your hand. Make sure they're nice and loose. And now you can just start removing them with your hands. Any combination of that would work just fine. Take your lug nuts, keep them all in place. Like to put them in a nice secure place, because you don't want them rolling off and getting away from you, because you're going to need them when you put your spare on. Remove them one at a time. Changing the tire is easy, but it is tedious. You can do it in a matter of minutes. Remove the last lug nut, and once you do that, you have them all in place. Set your tools aside, and now all you need to do is remove your tire. Voila, there you go. I like to roll my tire, see if I can find either a cut or a slash somewhere. Maybe you picked up a screw or a nail that caused the flat tire. Put your tire back in place in the trunk. There's your Space Saver tire, your donut, your wonderful donut. I'm doing this one-handed while I have a camera in my hand. But all you want to do is put your tire up to the car, and because your car was lower at the time of the flat, you're going to need to jack your car up to place them according to the studs. Those are called wheel studs. And just jack your car up until it's nice in place where the studs can go through the hole. You can continue to raise your car to make sure that they can go on nice and easily. There you go. Nice and easy. Now what you want to do is grab your lug nuts one at a time. There you go. That's a lug nut to go on your wheel studs. And I like to put them on with my hand. And you always want to remember, you can use the star method and tighten them up. And I like to put on one at a time. Remember, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. So you turn them to the right to tighten, and you turn them to the left to loosen them. Righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. I just put them on one at a time to where they're nice and snug. One at a time here. This takes a matter of a few minutes only. Righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. Once those are nice and snug, then you can grab your lug wrench and make sure that at this point you want them nice and snug. I just go round and round. When you tighten them, you want to use a star method also to make sure that you can properly apply the right torque on each one. You might want to seek your owner's manual in your vehicle if you have one for all information about your car. So these are just nice and snug. At this point, just make sure they're nice and snug. You can tighten them up. And the last step is to lower your jack, which is left to lower your car. That's called lefty-loosey. Turn it to the left, move your tools aside. And this is just a traditional shaft-driven jack. So you turn it all the way down, remove it from the car, replacing it back in its proper place, along with your tools, so you can use them and find them easily the next time. There you go. You can now replace that with your tire and the trunk. Your tire will go face out, and it's bigger than the Space Saver tire, so your cover here is going to stand up a little bit, but that's okay. Close your trunk, and there you go. Voila, your wonderful tire. You still have your hazards on right here. You can turn those off. Keep them on as long as you're on the side of the road until you're ready to go. Start your car. You will see all your lights turn on your dashboard, your indicators. And whenever you're ready to go, apply your brake, turn your brake hazards on, off, and drive off. And if you have gloves, wear them. If not, this is a messy job. I happen to have some hand sanitizer with me. We're living in the COVID age of 2020. Keep your hands clean. If you have gloves, wear them. Just whatever you're doing at the time of changing your tire, wherever you are, if it's at night or during the day, make sure that you're safe in a well-lit area, and if at all possible, always keep your eyes on the traffic. Be safe and secure at all times. Thank you for watching.